Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back at it after a long bye week, after a successful charity week, spearheaded by our boy Greg here. And we're doing this Madden simulation where the Panthers are traveling to the Seattle Seahawks, to the 12th man, to try to bring home a win, to try to stay alive in this playoff hope that we can somehow catch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we're going to see if Madden believes in what the Carolina Panthers are. And we have a lot to talk about, mainly Baker Mayfield and the changes that this team has moving forward and the hope that they really have. And we're going to see where Madden puts this on that list of things, ranking other teams, ranking us against Seattle and against the remainder of our schedule as well. So, I have 3 of the 4 horsemen here tonight. I have the one and only, the Professor, Tony Dunn, joining me. How are you doing today, man? I'm worried that they're not hearing you. And I'm gonna have to hope somebody can confirm. Tony, no sound. All right, let me go in here and mess with this. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Collab cam.
You did. I was digging it. Can they hear me?
Let me do monitor and output.
Got to do monitor and output.
If Greg was monitor and output, so hopefully we'll see. Can everybody confirm they can hear Tony and Greg?
Hello, Welcome back, Tony. Let's get a little love from the room here.
I was digging it. They can hear. I can hear Greg on there, by the way.
I can hear Greg.
Okay.
And I can hear you, Tony. We're good.
Okay. Can I do it again?
Yeah, feel free. Go ahead, man.
Welcome to another C3 Saturday Madden simulation where the Carolina Panthers head to Seattle to take on the Seahawks, who we're trying to figure out
we almost got it.
if they are red hot, if Geno Smith is the MVP of the NFL, and what this has strangely become a playoff game. This is a real playoff game. The Carolina Panthers have to win a game on the road, their first one of the season, if they want to keep up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and have a shot for the playoffs and the NFC South division title. The Seattle Seahawks are in contention as well, and without Kenneth Walker, actually he might be playing, but he's nicked up and he's got a ankle injury here. They are fighting for their division as the San Francisco 49ers are taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There are so many connections here. How can the Carolina Panthers still be in it? How can we be relevant? And how can the Carolina Panthers at the Seattle Seahawks be the biggest game of the entire season for us? What a bizarre story. We're going to look into the Madden crystal ball and try to find out what's going to happen. How'd I do, CK?
Oh, it was amazing. And you guys already heard him, talking, but we have the one and only Greg, the stat daddy, the bad daddy. How you doing, my dude?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I had the night off, tomorrow off. Figured, why the hell not? Let's go do some Madden simulation. And Tony, the funniest part about these audio problems we've been having starting out the show is, like, y'all have all seen The Office, right?
Yes.
You know how Pam, whenever she puts a call to gosh, why can't I remember his name?
Michael Scott.
To Michael Scott, she always gives him the dry run where she doesn't put it through first, so he says his first intro, and then she lets him go to the second intro. That's what it felt like just now, because your first intro was great, but I was like, wait a second, we just let him do the dry run. Now we can go with the real intro here. But
I know, and I came back strong, even
right.
stronger.
But no, I'm no better, man. I'm like Ron Burgundy. Last week I had a guest on my show, and I was like reading my notes, and I read his name wrong because Mark is the name of my show, and I read his name as Mark. So whatever's in front of me, I read. So I do the same kind of thing. Man, I'm just ready to talk some Panthers football. Let's put it that way.
Welcome back to Streamlabs, where we have audio issues. I tell you this,
it's weird. It's new.
Yeah. I mean,
New for me at least. Yeah.
One day when that coin hits, we will have our C3 studios.
10 years,
Hey, there we go.
10 years. That's right.
There we go.
Can we make
I got a
sure?
10-year challenge.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about what we're doing tonight. We're gonna be Madden simulating this. We've got Sam Darnold as the starting quarterback. No way we can still remove Matt Fool from this game, sadly, folks.
Right.
But I got some questions. Can we make Kenneth Walker hurt, nicked up? Is that possible? Or is he going to be badass? Or is he not even badass in this game yet?
That's a great question. So I'll have to reset up here. Give me just a minute. Let me see if he's on there. Is he officially out or no?
No, he's not officially out. Let's see.
Okay.
There used to be a time in Madden, and it may just been online, where if there was a player who was injured in real life, you couldn't play with him on the game, like while you were playing online. I don't know if that still happens in simulations or not.
Game day decision.
So he's going to be playing in this then.
Okay.
So you're aware of, yeah. I don't typically try to make changes to that until, unless we know for sure there's going to be a difference.
Okay. What else? What's our time frame? Tell us a little bit about this Madden setup. Madden 23. Some people have liked the way it's looked too.
Yeah. We've done the 2K, 1440p, meaning higher resolution, not quite 4K, but most of your phones are going to be able to run the higher quality because most of our phone screens are more than 1080 now. And so it is going to be a 4 o'clock game, technically 4:25. It won't let me change it. If based on the way that I was looking at some of them showing up, it looked like it was some sort of I'm going to put light rain because it is Seattle. And I do 10-minute quarters every time.
I saw Charlotte Vibes in Seattle traveling to the game.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to a lot of away games either anymore. I don't feel like as much. And he said that he got an upgrade to a convertible Mustang, I think. And he goes, but it's 48 degrees and raining here.
Oh, man. Oh, man. So I'm going to go ahead and boot this up here, and then I'm going to switch scenes. And we lost Greg in the meantime.
I know that everybody's chomping at the bit, Greg, to talk about Baker Mayfield.
Oh, man, let me tell you, I was on the free-for-all last night just for a little while. And the Baker Mayfield topic is a really touchy topic right now. I think that Panther Pickle and G Baby, if it was in a bar, they'd have been actually fighting.
They like to fight. They're like a uncle and nephew that don't that are too similar in their own way. And I like how Panther Pickle now is getting feisty. You know what I'm saying? So he's the one and getting angry now. I didn't like this. I'm certainly rooting for Baker Mayfield. Right. And when I'm saying root for him, I'm not going to look his name up and be like I'm a Baker Mayfield fan forever. But I'm rooting for him. I'm not saying, I hope he fails.
You want him to do well.
I just really don't care, and I just wish him well. I just think the story is tremendously about how bad the Raiders' defense is.
They
were fucking horrible, man. They've lost 6 games, 17-point leads in the fourth quarter this year.
And you know what?
It's not just that. It's just he just chunked it up, but it worked.
But if there was a team that won 6 games in the fourth quarter, like they did, would you still say their defense is bad? It's not that much different. It's a turn of events.
Look at the
Giants.
Defense stinks. They blow it every week.
Here you go. Look at the Vikings. The Vikings are perfect example of the exact opposite of Las Vegas Raiders. They've won like 5 games by 1 possession where it's fallen their way. They're the exact opposite.
Though.
You know?
There's a complete difference, though. It's not an if and it's not an if.
But it's not a complete difference. It's still got the similarities. It's apples and oranges. It's still got the similarities to it.
All right. You got CK back in the house here. We're booting up this game. Madden 23 coming here. You're going to give us you're going to have to give us some cues because not only is it tiny on our screen, we can't hear it.
Well, that's an unfortunate
They
reality.
don't know that. So you're gonna have to just give us mental cues, like some audio cues of what we need to be talking about. Tyler Lockett, little baby Lockett. You know, I wanted him to be a Carolina Panther. He went to K-State. I got some family members that live in Manhattan, Kansas, and they live in a college town with K-State. They all went there, and they love a little baby Tyler Lockett, man.
Geno Smith getting taken down
stacked.
with a big
loss.
Who is that? 97?
Matos.
Yeah. Ooh, a little breakout at the end for my man. Did you hear about the guy, the Henry Anderson?
He had a stroke, dude. What the hell?
Crazy.
Yeah, that's a scary thing. I know he had just had a baby too, if I'm not mistaken. So like the idea that's
very weird that a guy would have a baby and then have a stroke. Those are
2 things you wouldn't associate normally.
Yeah, with a dude that is an NFL player that's 30.
But big loss there. 2nd and 20 now. And by the way, Henry Anderson is going to be playing this week as well. So
look at this.
Good tackle.
2 plays, 2 losses on those plays as well. Big stepping up here big on a rainy day in Seattle.
Cool matchup between DK Metcalf and JC Horn this week, but the scary matchup is probably going to be Tyler Lockett. Is he going to be able to blow the doors off? Because he would have been, who would have been a great player to have D'ing up Tyler Lockett, Dante Jackson.
I knew you were going to say it.
Super fast guy, small, undersized, but guess what? He's hurt again. Geno Smith making a campaign for MVP of the year. MVP. Yeah,
comeback player. He's not even close to MVP. Come on. Let's get out of here. Don't even, what does he lead in? Completion percentage? And that's it? Not record, not touchdowns.
No.
The full stats. I think he's not even close to MVP.
They're way better than you would think.
No, I'm not saying he's bad. He's doing well.
No, I'm just saying.
But he's not even anywhere close to MVP. He's got Tua, he's got Allen, and he's got Mahomes way ahead of him.
The worst team.
Huh?
Of all these, he's playing on the worst team.
I mean, yes.
All right,
but
listen to this. All right. So, who is your MVP
right now?
Just tell me who. And I'll compare those stats. Mahomes, just pick me. You want to pick me?
Oh man, this is gonna get irritating. I'm so confused. I'm gonna have him maybe try a different browser once he gets in.
Let's compare the stats.
Who? Mahomes?
What's Geno looking like compared to Mahomes?
All right, I'm gonna look at Mahomes. And Mahomes is having his best year.
It's a great year. Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers.
It's either Mahomes or Jalen Hurts, man. Like one of those 2 guys is got to be the MVP.
Well, Mahomes, good God. You know how many touchdowns he's thrown already?
Like 26 or 27. It's insane. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's insane.
All right, so let me do Hurts.
Like I'm not a Chiefs fan, but the guy, man.
How about Allen? Let's do Allen.
Allen's good, but I think he's 3rd in the race if I had to vote right now.
His first name?
Yeah, Allen. With his injury, he fell. He took a pretty big step backwards on that list.
But would you say he's ahead of Geno?
Yes, all 3 of them. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and
so Josh Allen is 9-3 right now. His team's 9-3. Geno's 7-5.
But you're just looking at record.
Yep. Next stat: completion percentage. Josh Allen 64.1. Geno 72.7.
How many passes have they thrown?
I don't know yet. Yards per attempt, though. Geno is 8.1. Allen is 7.7. Look at this. Geno, 22 touchdowns. Josh Allen, 25. Geno, 6 interceptions. Josh Allen, 11. Geno is having the a season that is
Okay.
as good, if not better, than Josh Allen, which is crazy.
Okay, I actually didn't know that. So that's actually
I know, it's wild.
Yeah,
Wow.
that is wild. So okay, I'll actually with those stats, then yeah, he kind of edges.
But you're right. 30
Allen.
touchdowns, 30 touchdowns.
Mahomes
All right,
is
CK,
insane.
sorry, I distracted the conversation. What's going on in this game right now?
It's 2nd and 7, and the Panthers are driving down the field. Deontay Foreman taking that rush down for an 8-yard gain to the 27 of the Seattle Seahawks. They had a short field. They were able to get that sack and that loss on that other play that caused them to be backed up very close to their end zone. So when they punted, we had fantastic position on the field. And here we are, Sam Darnold and that running offense are making moves down the field. That's going to be the biggest key to this game tomorrow, is going to be how well they run the ball, because we are going against one of the worst in the NFL.
They are one of the worst run defenses in the NFL. And the other good news is a lot of their success as an offense has been predicated on Kenneth Walker being very good. And if he's nicked up, that could help the Panthers defense, who is up and down against the run.
Against the run, but overall, I think we're pretty consistent. I think we're a top 10 defense. We're right there at that number 10 spot. I think we're a good overall defense, but you're right, the run is kind of hit or miss, and it seems like it's only miss when we need them to make a stop.
Yeah, the defense.
Good, Sam.
Is that Darnold?
Yeah, fumbled out of bounds though.
That's fine. That was like a 20-yard run.
Yep, not bad. I mean, you got to keep in mind he's got some wheels on him, man. He's not a slow quarterback by the normal definition. Is he a super athletic guy? No, but he is a guy who's able to.
He's pretty athletic though.
Yeah.
That's one thing I always forget about him.
He's more athletic than Greg Olsen.
Yes.
Greg Olsen had a dad run.
The best
dad run ever.
I called it an uncle run, but yeah, it's like looked like an uncle out there, man, high kneeing it like mug. Look at this. So the Panthers, this is a big game for us on the road. It's a big game for Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys like the 4:00 games for us at C3? I don't really.
No, not for the post game. No,
but it's kind of like an in between time. Like where you want to be doing dinner. You could do dinner with your family after the 1, maybe. Be a late dinner. But with the 4, we're going to be wrapped up from 4 to like 10:30 at night.
Well, are we starting the post game in the fourth quarter?
It's not a night game, Greg. Greg's
No,
like,
but
you already sound.
That's still going to be like 7:30.
Whenever Cody asks this, you know that mug is going to dip out early.
It's still going to be like 7:30.
All right, are we getting in this end zone? Yeah, we'll talk more about it. Don't forget, guys, the C3 Panthers post game show.
Untouched.
Go, Chuba. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
And that is the first score of the game.
Now.
Carolina Panthers strike first on their first drive of the game, and they continue doing something that they're number 1 in the NFL at, and that is scoring on their first opening drive. Probably lost break. My bad.
Back. So, yeah.
With you.
Okay.
We may want to, you might want to try a different browser if you're using a certain browser to get logged in. What are you using right now, Greg?
I'm using Chrome right now, but I can try Firefox.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, what are you using anything different, Greg or Tony?
I'm using
Chrome. So it's probably not that. I don't know what it is.
I'll just keep the mic on. It's not big. I mean, I can handle it. Tony, debate my take. Me and you.
Right.
Deontay Foreman is a better running back than Christian McCaffrey.
We already did this on a show one night, I feel like.
I know.
We did, but now there's a lot of evidence mounting to prove the point.
Right. Things have changed. So I'm more right now. So
look at Christian McCaffrey's average rush per attempt right now.
Once again, let's specify.
Let's saying look at better, his career rushing
I'm saying
yards.
better running back. Oh, we can look at career rushing yards. Let's do that because Deontay Foreman's had a great career.
Oh,
let's do
a great career.
Better running back.
2 years at the very least.
Better running back than Christian McCaffrey. Not player, he's running back. And Deontay Foreman was amazing with the Falcons. So
No, he was with the Titans.
he was also with the Falcons.
No, he wasn't. That's a different player. That's a different player.
Deontay Foreman?
Different guy.
Yeah, you're talking about
Was it?
Devontae
Okay.
Foreman.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I am. You're right. Maybe I am. You're right. Okay.
He has had a total career rushing yards 1,550.
How many rushes has he had?
He has had 366 carries.
So one
Another
year of
sack
Christian
here from
McCaffrey.
you,
So basically
sir.
1 year of Christian McCaffrey carries, and he has 1,500 yards. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
What's the average
Yeah.
per rush?
1,500 yards, 300 yards, about 5 yards per rush, somewhere in there.
4.2.
Well, okay, about 5.
All right, now
Yeah.
now let's talk
That's
about
a big
something
difference in that.
more easy to compare. Let's talk about the average yards per carry that Foreman's had this year, as opposed to Christian McCaffrey having with us with the same offensive line.
Different
this year.
offensive line. So.
Not a different.
There's
Christian
one
McCaffrey
piece that
played
was
the
different.
first 5 games. One player.
He averaged, and a different coach. Can we put that in?
Okay, they're a factor.
But here,
Right.
but you're right. No, look, he's got 4.5 yards.
Hold on, he's got a different coach, but not a different coach, right? The coach that's calling the plays is all offense, and you know every single one of
The
those.
team has
pieces on
been
the offense.
completely different since we've gotten those.
Sure,
I'll
I
agree
mean
on
Wilkes
that.
may have a different
Even on
direction, but
offense. Even on offense. I'm not saying the play calling. I'm saying this is everything has been different. The environment, the feeling. But
And
he's got 4 point. He's averaging the best of his career right now. 4.5 yards a carry, which is killer.
I mean,
Panthers have run the ball well against a couple of teams, but twice it's been the Falcons.
so what? You got to play who's in front of you. Like that doesn't matter
Understand that.
whenever if
But you got like some games where you had some really big, does it inflate the numbers a bit?
so what? Have really big runs?
No, to have like play really shitty teams twice in 3 games.
Yes, but let's look at. I mean,
Like
you
maybe
said-
that's a 4-2 instead of a 4-5.
Maybe you're right. Like I said, there's all kind of factors that go into it. But like, look at if we're going to compare just this year. I know you're saying we have a different line with Bozeman, but if you're going to compare just this year with Christian McCaffrey, you take his first few games. Who we played? The Giants, who are not that good. People think they are, but they're not that good. We played the Browns, who are not that good. Like we played some teams that are not that good at the beginning, and Christian McCaffrey didn't put up the numbers rushing that Deontay Foreman has. Now he's a good player. Like I said, I don't want to talk shit about Christian McCaffrey, but rushing, he didn't do that.
the Seahawks are starting to drive down the field here. Metcalf wide open there on C.J. Henderson, not able to stop that freight train of a human being from getting that reception, and now they're on the Panthers side of the field, driving to try to tie this game up here. And they have been very efficient on this drive, which is true to be said about them in the real life of Seattle, week to week. And we lost Greg
Can't
again.
even compare these guys.
Looking at McCaffrey's overall, and you know what?
No, I'm not.
I want you to look at
He's
overall.
4-4.
Tell me.
But he's 160 rushes this season for 700 yards and 4 touchdowns. Deontay Foreman's 126 rushes for 563, 4 touchdowns. Chris McCaffrey is 4.4 yards an per carry. Dante 4.5.
Well, let me ask you:
Pretty damn good.
the only year Christian McCaffrey ever broke 1,000 yards rushing was the year he got 1,000, right?
Yes.
And I do specifically remember that year, the end of the last game, them putting him in there and calling running plays just to ensure that he got 1,000 yards, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that's all I want to know. So, like I said, I'm talking about rushing, not overall player, just rushing. Just wanted to make sure I got that clear because he barely got 1,000, and they had to put him in and call extra plays just to make sure he got that at the end of the game.
And to clarify for anybody who's has a question mark, nobody is saying Christian McCaffrey is a worse football player.
Right.
We are
Or bad.
talking about purely rushing, and right now Deontay Foreman has outrushed Christian McCaffrey even not only just as a Panther, but his production as a 49er as well. And so that part is the argument here. There is no debating Christian McCaffrey is, in my opinion, the greatest pass-catching running back of the last decade at least. And Christian McCaffrey does a fantastic job at that. But the other pieces are what we're saying that he is not. He is proving to not be as good of a in between the tackles running back, similar to D'Onta Foreman. That was always a criticism, even in that year when he did go 1,000 and 1,000. He had some in between the tackle rushes, but that was always still an issue. A lot of his big splash plays were on the boundary.
The Seattle Seahawks punched through a field goal now, making it the score. I can't see my names in there.
McCaffrey did not have a 20 did he have two? I thought he said 2,100 yard rushing. I was like, no, he did not have 2,100 yards rushing. No. But no, two 1,000 yard rushing.
7-3 Panthers right now as the Seahawks march down and settle for a field goal. I sent you the comparison of their stats in the chat and the
2019 was the big year, right? Yeah, 2019 was the big performance. 2020 he was hurt, right? 2021 he was hurt, and this was his first year back. So Christian McCaffrey, he was drafted in what, 2018?
Check.
I feel like he was on the New Orleans, like on the team for the New Orleans game in the playoffs, wasn't he?
I don't think he's a worse rusher by any means to D'Onta Foreman. I would say he is completely comparable to D'Onta Foreman in statistics and rushing, and then adds another 600 yards and 66 catches in passing. So I understand, and you guys can keep that, like his actual rushing is like equivalent. I don't think he's less than.
Okay, and so he had one 1387 yard season and one 1098 season. But do you want to know what the rest of them are?
Well, they're injury marred. I'm not
complete. This first season he didn't play very much.
First season didn't play.
Who did we just complete that to?
Ian Thomas.
Wow, is he still on the team? I haven't heard him in weeks.
Well, we also haven't played in weeks, so.
That's true. Very good point. Yeah.
Does that felt weird to you guys being on the bye? This is such a late bye. You know, I always wanted a late bye. This is like almost too late.
It is, but it's actually, I think it was almost the perfect
we were in the running.
We needed a bye. Like, if we can get rested and put together a good run after this, let's see, what do you need? 5 games?
All day by Sam Darnold. Do you think Tom Brady's going to be able to go on the road and make some?
He was wide open.
No.
Yeah, I think Tom Brady is going to be struggling for the remainder of this year. I think he's going to have no offensive line help.
It's going to be important to us, bro.
Right. If Tampa Bay loses tomorrow and then we beat them, we're in the money, man. Like, we're looking good.
Was that Saints game also the same one where he threw the pass for a touchdown as well?
He threw the final pass.
Get out of here, Greg. You stupid ass takes. Stupid ass takes. Yeah. I mean, the other thing is I just think that Kyle Shanahan's the only person that understands how to use Christian McCaffrey like he's supposed to be used.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, when I make the argument for Christian McCaffrey, I think that's a huge part of it. He wasn't used like he was supposed to be used. Like I said, it's like the LeBron and Jordan argument. I hate whenever I try to prop one player up because I don't want to put another one down. But anytime you start to talk about one guy being better than the other, everybody thinks you hate the guy.
I just felt like Christian McCaffrey, our offensive line was so bad when he was here that he made so much out of nothing, even between the tackles and stuff. So I think if you just put a regular running back there, he would have averaged 3 yards a carry. And Christian McCaffrey's still doing work with nothing out there.
Yeah,
and I was against Christian. I wanted Leonard Fournette, so this was humble pie for me to like, not humble pie, but like, it wasn't like I just had this predisposition for Christian McCaffrey. He earned my respect, and then I think I just want to bang Olivia Copa too.
Yeah,
so hot, so hot.
And
hotter than Brady. Oh,
did
did you guys see that pic with
Antonio Brown?
Man, that is
there's
so
no way.
photoshopped.
It's gotta
Are
be.
you kidding me?
No,
look,
it's
that's
not
a
really her. No, it's just not her.
It may not be her, but look, it's a selfie, right? How many people do not have HD quality cameras on their phones now? And that was the fuzziest selfie I've ever seen taken on a camera.
Well, it was a screen capture of some Snapchat shit, right?
I have no idea. It looked like somebody took a selfie to me, but
no, he took a selfie, but the person who posted it looked like Snapchat. I don't know. I don't use Snapchat for
I don't either. Yeah. Discord was new to me. Streamlabs is new to me. Like, I'm not.
Where we going? What we doing, CK? It's so small, man. I'm gonna have to put some glasses on. DJ Moore.
DJ's dancing.
DJ Moore just caught a pass in the red zone. He's got it down to the 7-yard line. The Panthers are up 7-3. 9 minutes left in the second quarter. As Sam Darnold has been on target for many of his passes, and have been a few flyaways. He had one wide open Ian Thomas down the boundary, but he overthrew him on a scramble drill. But right now they are just very close to scoring another touchdown here, and he's in the shotgun with no running back in the backfield. He's gonna pass it out to Chuba, who steps out of bounds at the 3-yard line when he had all day in front of him to be able to try to get a score.
Do y'all know how great it would be if we were all just wrong and Sam Darnold turns out to be the answer in Carolina?
Oh, I know.
Like, I will eat that.
What if he just goes on a
day
5-game run and then like all of a sudden like he's comeback player of the year next year?
All day long.
It's not gonna happen.
No, it's not. I know, but
it would be awesome.
Yeah, it would.
It would also be awesome if he would have just done that this year and last year.
Well, the thing is, it's such a tough thing in like
another dude, we're fucking winning.
I mean, realistically, in the past, like if you look at these teams as far as defense and offense overall goes, they're very evenly ranked teams.
Right.
But like they're almost identical teams.
The only difference is they have Lockett and Metcalf.
Yeah. But our defense makes
Yeah,
up
but
where
can
they
you
have
name
the
a
offense.
defensive player on their team?
Right.
Cannot.
Well, and also I can't because they're in a completely different division that we barely see is on the other side of the country. So maybe that has something to do with it. But
Well, if it was a very good defense, I think we would be paying a lot more attention, right?
Mhm.
Like, it's not. It's a borderline defense that has an offense that's performing better than people anticipated.
you know how we talk about teams that have been the biggest disappointments this year, right? Like we'll talk about teams like Green Bay. We'll
Right.
talk about Denver. Maybe even say the Raiders in there. At some point, you have to think about this. The reverse conversation is the biggest surprises of the year. And the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings are definitely in that conversation. So that's the crazy thing is they might not have a good defense, but they fucking have been playing competitively. A lot of it's had to do with that running back, Kenneth Walker, who's just been fucking balling.
Well, think about the defense like this. We held Tom Brady to 3 points in the Bucs, right? And a lot of teams this year have held them to
Everybody's held the Bucs to 3 points.
except for the Seahawks. The Seahawks, they scored 21 points on. That was my point.
Well, get out of here, Greg.
When he comes back, you gotta cover me. Y'all cover me for a second.
All right. Will do. Geno is going to be
Gotta
starting
have
from the
them.
30-yard line. Hands it off to Kenneth Walker. He gets another 4 yards on that first carry.
He's the dude, man. He really was helping my fantasy team until he wasn't, and now I'm out of it. Here, I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah. There is nothing statistically beyond record that says that Carolina shouldn't win the NFC South. We've already beaten all the teams left we've got to beat. We're evenly matched with every other team we've got to play against. Like there is no reason that, and I just don't. The only reason people say that Tampa Bay is the winner and winner is because Tom Brady. Is a blind faith on Tom Brady, which I understand. I mean, it's hard to deny it, but
Well, it's really difficult because I think a lot of people have been betting on his decline for about a decade, and it hadn't happened. He came to Tampa. Many people were thinking, oh, he's going to be without Bill. Let's go ahead and start betting against him now. And they won a Super Bowl. And so there's too many circumstances that exist where he has come out and he has proven people wrong that it's really difficult to bet against him. This is the first year he looks average. He doesn't look bad. He doesn't look like a horrible quarterback. He just looks like a guy who has a lot of pressure in his face, more than he's experienced in a long time, and it's impacting his game along with a lot of personal things going on in his life as well.
Can I be honest? He looks like, statistically, he's playing like Baker Mayfield, DJ Walker, and Sam Darnold, to be truly honest with you.
Dude, I don't know that I would put it in that category, because like, I think he has 200
yards a game, a touchdown, interception.
I mean, there were plenty of games where Baker barely eclipsed 100.
I don't think plenty. I think it was just one.
No, I feel like it was like a 3 or 4 run stretch where it just felt like, and if there was, I mean, it was all garbage time. Which
remember, he started the first 3, then he didn't, and then he came back in a halftime. So the first 2, like I said, he won. I think we lose that in the sauce. Like, he did win those first 2 games. The defense lost them, and bad refereeing.
I disagree.
And then he played bad in the third.
He did not. He didn't win that. Like, he played a good fourth quarter in Cleveland, but he was a big part of why we were behind to begin with in that. So I'd still
right. But in the end, he put us ahead.
Sure.
And we should have won that game. Same way with the Giants. In the end, he put us ahead. I mean, you can play bad all game, but if you, in the end, end up putting up what you need to, that's, all I ask for. I don't care if you played bad all game. If you end up having a better score than the other team in the end of the game.
The simulation is so stupid.
What just happened?
It's just like he throws it through like 5 bodies to connect with his tight end, who has got like 5 people draped over top of him, and somehow still gets like 6 yards out of it.
Huh? The simulations have been pretty good, though, this season. They've been exciting.
They've been about 50-50. Yeah, they've been exciting. I will say that much.
And then when you go into the game the next day, you have this kind of pre-script that you're wondering is going to happen. You don't think it is, but you kind of juxtapose what the outcome is going to be. Is it a high scoring, low scoring? Oh, by the way, Greg, I won on Prize Picks last night with NBA joints.
Nice.
Flex, though.
It's all right.
It is. If you put in 25 and if you put in 20 and you make 25, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, shit. If I put in 25 and made 40, I'd be happy with that. That's positive,
That's what I did, actually. I think I made 45. Hold on. I'll tell you. Who's that on the outside? Is that DK?
I think we have to have a conversation about what we saw from Baker on Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were crowning him, and I'm not going to rip him for how bad he looked up until that final 2 drives in the game.
He didn't look bad. He looked.
That's what I'm saying.
He didn't look terrible.
He looked pedestrian. He looked like a middle line.
He was overthrowing people
like
and
a guy
underthrowing
there
people.
That
they
got
just
there
happened to
8 seconds ago. No, I'm still not going to give in to any of this. This was a Raiders collapse. That's what it was. I don't want to hear about Sean McVay's system. I don't want to hear about how McAdoo was the problem. I'm not trying to coordinate McAdoo by any means. And Greg is going to pay his disappearing act. Don't worry, guys.
We'll get him back.
But I'm not going to I think this was just cool that Baker Mayfield was able to do that. But here,
Sure.
If you look at go back and just look at that last drive. The very first pass could have been a pick six. It was like 2 feet from being a pick six. It was a very dangerous pass to the sideline on the 20. We've seen Sam Darnold make that pass and to get pick six. We've seen Baker make that pass and get pick six. I've been at a game where Josh Norman did that in 2015 against Bortles in Jacksonville. It's just like the dumbest pass you can do. It's a hard pass to make. He got away with that one, and then 2 plays later, he throws a pick, and they got away with that because they called a defensive pass interference. And so he got, not only did he get an interception nullified, he then advanced the ball. They just took care of this is about the Las Vegas Raiders being the worst defense in the league.
Freaking Derek Carr got me 2 fantasy points.
He stunk too.
Yeah, and I thought he was going to be big this year. Hey, CK, we were sitting here talking about Baker Mayfield and Tom Brady, and actually I just kind of pulled that one out of my ass, so I wanted to look at the stats, and dude, this is crazy. I took the first 3 games. That was the first 3 games that Baker started, right? So I compared that to the first 3 games with Tom Brady. 3 games, Tom Brady, 673 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. 3 games, Baker Mayfield, 650 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1
One second, Greg. Who rushed that touchdown? 31.
Dallas.
And did you guys see that? He just blasted 2. It was Shaq. You got to look at that little window, Greg, if you can see it. I can see it in the Streamlabs. But he blasted 2 players right there. Hey, J.C. Horn on his ass. I don't want that to happen. Who is his name? Dallas?
Dallas, yeah. Dallas is his last name, and he did pretty good when Walker went down last week in that game. He had come in to support. He actually had gone down with an injury in that game as well, and so their third string came in and still did work. So it's I think they have a pretty good offensive scheme over there in Seattle. I think that we match up well with what they do. So the fact that our biggest question, I feel like personally, and I'm hoping that I'm right on this, the biggest question mark is going to be how well our offense does against their defense. And because I'm not as concerned about our defense keeping Seattle in check.
Somebody said, Geno might be the best deep ball passer in the league right now.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
isn't that insane? Like, he's thrown some dime pieces down from. We better not get burned over the top. But luckily,
he's got good deep ball receivers too.
Yeah.
DK and
Lockett both business there. Yeah. All right, so what's the score right now? We got 14-10?
Yeah, 14-10. 4 minutes left to go in the half. We will get the ball back. Oh, wow. Nice little pass break up there.
That play makes me think about this. Did you guys see that Panthers have only allowed like 6 sacks in the last 8 weeks or some shit like that?
Yeah, O-line's looking good. Looking real good. Gelling, finally.
Yeah,
and I think that in a long time.
I think it's going to be really easy for Sam to get comfortable. Now, like, he's seen this offensive line. He's watching the tape on these guys. That's what I'm most excited about. Is I don't know that he's going to have to, feel like he's seeing ghosts. Right, that typically happens when you're not confident in your offensive line and standing up and holding on to their blocks and whatnot. But it's this offensive line has been by and large the biggest surprise. I know we thought we had made some moves, but this has been incredible cohesion of guys that have made this offensive line the most improved, potentially one of the most improved units of any team in the NFL this year.
Hey, real quick, the stat I was putting out there beforehand, we were talking about it. Tom Brady, 3 games, the first 3 games of the season, 673 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Baker Mayfield, 650 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. So Tom Brady threw for 23 more yards than Baker Mayfield did in the first 3 games. And after 3 games in the season, I guarantee you, and I know it for a fact, everybody was hating on Baker Mayfield and still praising Tom Brady with the exact same stats.
Yeah, because circumstances matter, Greg. It's just not the numbers. It's like, when do you put those numbers up? Are you putting them up in moments that lead to loss? Are you putting them moments up that lead to wins? Are you just getting a bunch of throwaway garbage?
Well, you're right, and I can look at that. Luckily, I can look at that with the Browns, the Giants.
Of our first games. So.
You're right, but I can look at that with the Browns, the Giants, and the Saints, and say that none of those yards that Baker Mayfield got were in garbage time. One, because the Saints
Blake Bortles was one of the best fantasy quarterbacks at one point.
But I'm not talking about fantasy.
Jacksonville Jaguars were but yeah, get out of here.
Hey, let's talk about something I think more impactful. What was his completion percentage compared to Tom Brady? Out of curiosity. I gotta pull you back in, Greg. Nobody can hear you. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Let's see. Through 3 games, Baker was 59, 48, and 48. So that's about 54%. And then Tom Brady was let's see. What did it say percentage here? So 18-27 is about. I can't read this much math. 18-34 is about 50. 31-42 is about 70. Okay, so Tom Brady had a better completion percentage.
By like 20 points, bro. 15.
Okay, but if you get the same results, who cares?
No, you
It's not
didn't get the same results.
You did get the same results in yards and touchdowns. You did,
But that's not
You
the same.
didn't
That's not the same
wins,
thing.
And you didn't
but
momentarily.
there's more factors that go
Greg.
into that. What I'm saying is Baker
That's what
Mayfield
we're
put up the
saying.
same numbers that Tom Brady did, and didn't have the team to back him or the defense to play to give him the wins.
If
But
you
Tom
put
Brady
up
did.
500 yards, how about this? If you put up a 100-yard touchdown in the last minute of a game, but you're down 47 points, that don't matter. But it looks like one touchdown and 100 yards on your resume.
You're right.
So
And if
the
that
thing is
factored into
is
this,
that-
then I would agree with you. But it doesn't.
That's what I'm trying to tell you about Blake
It doesn't
Bortles,
factor
dude.
into
Is this mug made so many yards in the fourth quarter of meaningless games?
But what I'm saying
Then
is
it
that
doesn't
factor
matter.
into
They're
this.
fake stats.
But that doesn't
That's
factor into the
fake
first.
stats.
That doesn't factor into the first 3 games. Is what I'm saying.
What was
They're
their
not-
record?
They're not fake stats in the first. The Carolina was 1-2 in the first 3 games because we lost to the Browns, we lost to the Giants, we beat the Saints. Okay, we should have beaten the Browns. Baker
What was the
Mayfield scored.
Bucks record?
Baker Mayfield scored the game-winning touchdown to win that game. In the Giants, Baker Mayfield scored the game-winning touchdown to win that game. So we could have very well been 3-1. There was no garbage time there. Now, as far as Tom Brady, he played the Cowboys, the Saints, and the Packers, and I think they were. Let's see, they were
There's no
2. They were
garbage
2-1.
time.
They were 2-1.
You're right. There was no garbage time the whole time.
That's what I'm saying. So the stats are
Bro, we
close.
all watched him. He was terrible.
But garbage time is your only argument with that because the stats are the same.
I will
And
take
there's no
terrible
garbage
Tom
time.
Brady over terrible Baker Mayfield any day. Then, so how about that?
Okay,
Conversation ended.
that's a fair argument.
What is happening right now, CK?
We're in the red zone.
Damn,
Sam
dude.
Darnold's driving them down after, they're in the 2-minute warning. They're down to the 7-yard line and 2nd and 2.
Who got
A
that?
minute left
Is
in
that-
the game. Or in the quarter.
Who got that pass right there?
That might have been Ian Thomas. I have not.
Ian Thomas. The Madden loves Ian Thomas.
Dude, Madden
and,
loves him.
I thought I saw Terrace Marshall Jr. get a catch a couple plays ago. Look, big number 88 there.
Comes in again, huh?
That's the hope. Sam Darnold from the 7-yard line. 1 minute left to go in the half. Almost got somebody on his blind side there, but he's able to get it out
Boom,
to Deontay
boom, boom,
Foreman,
boom.
who's able to make it into the end zone,
I think that
making
is-
this a 2-possession game.
I think this team has scored a touchdown on every possession.
I was gonna
so
say it's
far.
3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Wow.
That's efficient. I like that. I like
Sam Darnold making a case
it. Man, I hope
for
this is real.
2023.
Man,
I
hope
do
this is
think
real.
that the circumstances of him playing right now help him mentally. Is the pressure was probably imagine if he would have started week 1 and Baker was there in the background. The
No,
pressure would have crushed him, but the team gave up on him in the offseason, right? Like they did Teddy, like they've done so many people, but he kept his cool. He went out there, played well in training camp. They brought in Baker. It did not work. He got hurt, though. They saw some things, this and that. He's been through all this. Like, I feel like he's really playing with house money in these last 5 games. The line's playing well right now. The pressure is not really on Sam, but it is.
It
You know,
is.
like it is like the enormity of this situation, the value of this situation is there, but like really, he can't hurt his case. His case was bad before. Now he can only improve it. It's almost like Baker going to Los Angeles, is that you can't make your case worse. The only thing you can do is actually make it better. Baker Mayfield did that in that fourth quarter. I think Sam Darnold has that opportunity with Carolina Panthers, make his case better for next year.
I think he does too, but can we also just we've got to step back and look at it realistically. Like, while I think that I'm not trying to take away from his drive and his reason, like, okay, he was injured, he was,
Get out of here, Greg.
Fuck you, Greg. Get out of here.
I
with your
like
take.
this is every time he starts to disagree with me, it boots him. Every time you start to disagree with me, it boots you. I think I
that's what
bribed
it is.
Street
I think you're
Labs.
doing it. That's what it is. But like, okay, but look, think about this seriously. Like, he was injured. and he had to fight back and this and that. But at the same time, when you know you're making $19 million, doesn't it make it a little bit easier? Like if he wasn't playing on a contract where he knew he was making that money guaranteed, do you think his sense of urgency, or maybe he would have taken it a little bit differently based on what happened? When you know no matter what happens, if he'd never played a snap this year, he's making what, $19 million?
Yeah.
And he knows that. And like I said, I'm not taking away from Sam Darnold, but that has to give you a little bit of peace of mind. Like if I know that I'm going to, if I know I'm going to be out of work for 6 months.
Cases, I think you're right in most cases, but I think for Sam Darnold, the story actually has turned out to be bigger than money.
Okay.
Like, yeah, he's going to make this money no matter what. He knew that when he signed as a top 5 pick, he was going to get X and X amount of dollars at the minimum in his career. But his career right now is a failure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's going to, do you want to take $18 million or whatever he's taking, $35 million probably in 4 years? Yes, I will swindle anybody out of $35 million, fine. But he doesn't probably want to be remembered like a Jimmy Clausen.
Right.
Yeah. And
so like you would rather be $35 millionaire and not Jimmy Clausen than $35 millionaire and Jimmy Clausen. I just feel like this is like right now, I think he has an opportunity he has a 5-game audition to slightly change the narrative.
Yeah. I agree. And I hope he does. Like I said, that's the easiest solution, and that would be the funniest thing, the most Carolina Panthers thing to happen, is Sam Darnold end up being the guy.
What if he just plays okay? I mean, like, then he can get a job next year, somewhere else even.
It just depends,
like,
man.
I mean, you think about this, is that how you could almost put a price tag on how much each one of these games are worth to him.
Yeah. But think about it like this. If you win the division and he, say, wins a playoff game and goes to the second round of the playoffs, are we just going to say, okay, man, I appreciate everything you did. Have a good one?
Nah, I think you're a 1-year deal.
You think so?
With anybody.
You think he'll sign a 1-year deal, though? If he took a team from 1-5 to a playoff win?
I mean, if he drives this team into the playoffs, it's all bets are on the table.
No, he didn't take them. I'm not going to give you that. Oh, what's he doing?
He wins the last 5 games. He
throws it away. He had so much room in front of him. He should have taken that and ran.
That's some Sam Darnold looking shit right there, by the way.
Well, I mean, it is 26 seconds left to go in the half. He's probably not trying to have to burn a timeout there.
He just likes to throw on the run. He does do well when he's actually throwing like that sometimes. Greg, is like, even if he wins out, the Panthers are still having a losing record. I don't think you can only command so much.
Why
I can command a multi-year deal. You almost got to just think of what would someone else give him.
That's true, because everybody else who's quarterback hungry is probably going to get that draft pick this year. So
but
yeah,
still,
you're right.
What would
there may not be a
somebody
place
else
for
give
him.
him? I mean, just pick another team that is going to draft a guy who basically he's like a Marcus Mariota right now, going to the Falcons, and being a placeholder. He would do that. Not going to go to the 49ers. He's not going to go to what would another team maybe? He would be a Saint. I don't think he would look good in the Saints. First, I hate the Saints. I don't think Sam Darnold would be fun to hang out with in New Orleans. I'd rather hang out with Baker Mayfield than New Orleans, I think.
Well, I think anybody would be fun to hang out with in New Orleans, but I get what you're saying. Like, if you're going to go to a bar with somebody, I'd rather go with Baker than Sam. But when you go to New Orleans...
At least at a certain type of bar. I might want to go to, like, a California country club more with Sam Darnold.
I don't know, man. I kind of want to take Sam Darnold hunting with me. Like...
All right, now we're going to into the second half. The Panthers will be receiving the ball here.
Get out of here.
They're up 21-10.
I want to try this. I know this is messed up.
Tony, that was perfect because you did like the deer in the headlights look, and then it froze in that exact moment. Yeah, it froze right there for me. And I was like, why is he holding that so long?
There is a... Here, you guys cover it for a second. My kids just got home.
What is going on with the game?
Well, we're getting ready to get our first drive of the second half as Sam Darnold leads the team onto the field. He and Thomas DJ Moore having decent games so far. Sam Darnold, certainly a surprise here today, as he was a couple of weeks ago against Denver. But he is leading this team into a pretty incredible run on every one of their possessions outside of that last possession of the half, where they only had a few seconds left. And he gets Deontay Foreman out in the flat there. He's able to get another 9 yards out of that. Darnold, 75% completion rate on the day here.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good in the Madden Sim. Very Josh Allen-esque, with the scoring every drive. So, look, man, like I said, I hope Sam Darnold gets hot. I would love to see him do well. If I could see a game like this from Sam Darnold tomorrow in the actual game, I'm thrilled.
And Chuba having a hard time finding the hole.
Do they run Chuba more in the Madden simulation than they do in real life?
Do they what?
Do they run Chuba more in the Madden simulation than in real life?
Yeah, this is a heavy Foreman run. As far as they run through Foreman for the rushing attack for the most part. But Madden seems to really prefer Chuba being in the backfield for most of these snaps. And 3rd and inches, and Sam Darnold's going to scramble and pass it down the field. He finds DJ Moore, which was a risky decision, but he connects with it. Nice big gain on that one. His 4th reception of the game for 58 yards for DJ Moore. Sam Darnold could have ran that in for a few yards to get the guaranteed first down, but he instead goes for the bullet pass to our boy DJ Moore, and he's able to connect on it. Incredible pass, but a risky decision. Not something that we want to see him do all the time, but it worked out there.
Yeah, he had that first down all day long on that scramble, and I could not believe he passed the ball. But, victory wins change a lot. It was a completed pass, so I'm okay with it.
Sam Darnold's going to scramble on this one. He's got all day. They were having a hard time catching him on that one. He gets all the way down to the 28-yard line. Another big rush by Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold in the wheels, bro.
Yeah. People won't spy him, I don't think. They just don't see him as a running.
It would be so crazy if he really did. Or if he became the Panthers quarterback for 2 more years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's got over 75% completion percentage in this game. Where while he isn't rolling with 3 touchdowns because they rushed those other 2 into the end zone there in the first half, he has certainly been a big reason why they have been successful.
Can you look at his stats?
He was 16 for 21, a little under 200 yards.
Dude, that's killer for him.
It's over 75%. That's killer for anybody.
All right, so he is in. Do you think he gets over 250 in this game?
Yes.
Real life and in this simulation?
Yes, I have him. So I went with my prize picks. Shout out prize picks. I have him getting more than I think they have him scheduled for 198 or something like that. I have him more on that. They have Geno at 250. I have him getting less.
I like that. I like you. I'm with you on that.
And that's not just the Panther in me. That is, I look at the matchup and I feel like the Panthers have a.
Why didn't he run that? What a dummy.
What a dummy by Hubbard running back towards it.
No, why did Sam Darnold throw this?
That part is another question mark, but.
Stupid. Look at this. Look at it, CK, one more time. Look, he's there. Sorry. You got to wonder almost what the game's. You just got to, I think, man, is Geno going to be expose our defense? That's going to be the real question. I don't feel like we've really been cracked over the top a lot this season.
We have
I don't feel like, oh shit, our secondary got you can say that there's been our secondary's kind of been death by 1,000 cuts more with CJ Henderson and some guys than it really has been just like sucking so bad where you like feel vulnerable. I really feel like if a team is going to beat us and they generate some offense, they're going to do it by running Greg out of here so you can bring him back in here. And then I just think that the running attack is like our team just can't stop the rush. And then that opens up like 3rd and 12 that somebody will complete or something. So I just don't, we haven't gotten burned for giant plays.
No.
So I just hope that we can keep that up against Geno and his ridiculously awesome season he's having here. Do you think that we're going to put up, the line seems a little. All right, so the Panthers stink, right?
Sure.
And at least in the national eyes, they stink. They're on the road. They haven't won a road game. The Seattle Seahawks have been playing pretty well, or above what we thought. The Panthers are only 3-point dogs on the road, though.
Yeah, which is basically
There's something
game,
fishy about this line.
It's not meant. They're evenly matched teams. I'm telling you. Like
That's what I'm saying is
today,
that
like
I think that it's baiting Seahawks people in.
Well, you get 3 points for being at home, right?
Yeah.
So if the Panthers are 3-point dogs and the Seattle's at home, then it's basically a pick 'em, right?
I think this sharp money or the Sharks are going to be on the Panthers on this.
Yeah.
I think this line tells us more about a lack of faith in the Seattle Seahawks than it means in faith in the Panthers.
It's the rise of the Panthers, man. I'm telling you, this is the week. This is the week. Hey, tell me what you think about this prize picks, man. I got Justin Herbert with 1 yard.
Obviously.
I'm taking more. I'm going to do Deontay Foreman at 63 yards. Yesterday it was 55. I should have done it yesterday. But I'm still going to take more on that. I got Tony Pollard at 1 receiving, rushing, or passing touchdown. So he's going to score a touchdown in the game. And then I got Anthony Davis at 26.5 points.
Are you doing the flex, I hope?
I don't think so, man. I think I'm going to go all in.
Then I don't like it.
Who don't
I'm
you
doing
like?
the flex. I did the nice breakup there. I think that was Woods, Xavier Woods with that breakup.
Who can't catch it? I don't like the Pollard because it's not that I don't love it or don't like it, but I think the touchdown thing is just so hit or miss. Man.
It's
You know what I'm
50-50
saying?
basically. They just score touchdown or they don't. Yeah, it really is.
But it's not 50-50 because there's 10 other players out there. But yes, and I don't know if I feel good about those.
Geno all day in front of him.
Really? You don't think the team with the worst rushing defense in the NFL against the team with like a top 5 rushing offense, that Foreman can get 63 yards?
I think this is that if the games were that neat and pretty, we wouldn't play them.
True.
I feel like every time it just says the numbers say this should work.
Yeah. And in theory, I should have won every prize picks. Yeah, in theory,
the Panthers, just remember this, is like we've had good defensive fronts, and then we play the worst offensive line, and we're like, oh, our defensive front's going to eat and get 6 sacks, and they don't do shit.
That's true.
And then we'll play the Saints on the road, and they're like, oh, they haven't gotten a sack in 3 weeks, and then they sack us 6 times. So that's just the thing, and I think it was somebody in the Friday free-for-all brought it up, is that if Foreman gets nicked, he's hurt a little. So what if he tweaks his ankle in the beginning?
Yeah, but that's always a what if. I mean, you're
but he's actually hurt. He's playing with a known
Yeah.
injury. It's not just a what entirely is.
So is Kenneth Walker, though. So, I mean.
No, that's why I wouldn't mess with him.
But yeah, he's not better than Kenneth Walker. Yeah, that's a good point. I think about that.
That's the only
the
thing.
flex.
That's the only thing
Maybe I
that
should
worries
do
me.
the
But I
flex,
think,
yeah.
I mean, look, it's not the worst picks. Hey, look, the Panthers, if they win, Deontay Foreman, if the Panthers are competitive, he's going to have more than 65 yards. So it's a safe bet on that.
I'm basically betting on the Panthers having a good game. You know?
Ooh, I won.
You're right, though. The Tony Pollard thing is kind of crazy. It's
any touchdown number is wild.
Yeah.
It's
What's
tough.
Nick Chubb's touchdown number? Because he always scores a
I
touchdown.
like maybe a quarterback touchdown number is better. What's Geno doing here? Look, eating us up. What's the score? 24 what? 10?
24-10, yeah. Panthers are up by 14.
How have the Panthers? The Panthers have scored on every drive so far.
Yeah. Outside of the one drive, that was the end of the half when they only had a few seconds left.
This would be incredible. Thank you, everybody who is in the chat. We are kind of still trying to find out our layout for how we're going to continue with these Madden simulations. We're still playing around with it. So we thank you for your support and your patience as we've been getting this worked out. We haven't done a great job of I haven't done a good job of highlighting the comments tonight. So I just want to thank all the people in the chat who are having fun here. We're just kind of we're watching this Madden simulation of Carolina Panthers on the road, whose offense is going bananas right now against the Seattle Seahawks, and talking about some Carolina Panthers topics. If you're enjoying the conversation, don't forget C3 Panthers Podcast. See, you're live on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. But more importantly, or more relevantly to this game, more pertinent, is tomorrow. We're going to be doing a post-game show after this game where you can call in and react to the real game. We are anticipating, obviously, we are excited that on Saturday nights we even watch a fake game, which is really entertaining sometimes. And look, this game has been wildly entertaining. The Seahawks are on the doorstep right here, CK. Yes. 10-yard line, 9-yard, no, on the 7.
Yeah,
the doorstep here. Geno dropping back to pass.
JC Horn gets him down.
Getting sacked.
Yeah.
Ooh. Who got him?
JC Horn.
Woo! Boy, if that happened right there, you know the JC Horn fans. There's JC Horn Twitter that's got in Panther World. Boy, that would be going nutso. I went nutso right there. That's a giant play.
That's a big
3rd and
play.
goal. Imagine if you hold them here. Not imagine if the Panthers hold them here to a field goal that makes it 24-13 on the road. Ball back. Whew. Best thing that could happen. Panthers got 3. Ooh, so stout looking, trying to stop the run.
And they stop him short, and they're on the 3-yard line.
Have to kick a field goal here.
They will most likely kick a field goal, making this still be a 11-point game.
Stop. Man, look, if this happens tomorrow, like that drive right there, a big sack down deep by JC Horn, a stop by CJ Henderson, I'll be going bonkers myself. Yep. I'll be going bananas tomorrow. What's really confusing about this stream, though, for me, CK, is the Christmas background that I can see, but the one that's not broadcast to the world.
Let me do this here. My bad.
Kind of makes me want to get a fire going, to be honest with you.
I have a wood burning stove fireplace in my house, and it's the best thing ever.
I love it so much. I just hate
Very
it doesn't
relaxing.
actually heat the house, you know. Yeah, I can watch a fire for hours.
Yeah, but getting it started is a bitch, though.
Fire starting sticks, man. They sell them at the grocery stores. A lot of grocery stores, you can just light the stick, put it under whatever your wood, worry about kindling, and it burns for like 45 minutes.
Indoor on the indoor
yep.
gym there.
Yeah, it burns for like 45 minutes, so it'll definitely light your logs. It's the best way to go, man. Just light one of those up and put one of those. It's cheating, I know, but I could start a fire if I had to in real life. I know, like nothing. I know how to do it. So.
Key is to just add little by little.
Well, it's a living thing. You got to treat it like a living thing, man. You know.
They say build a fire for a reason. You know, you don't just light a fire.
Right.
Build it. Just like the Panthers are building this offensive fire right here. 24-13. Sam Darnold dropping back. Ooh, nice pass there. What's the down and distance on that?
That was a 7-yard connection. It's second and third. The third reception. Yeah, the third reception for TMJ for 46 yards, I believe.
Makes my jaw drop and jaw pain. I got TMJ as Greg drops out of the stream. I got TMJ, and man, I hope he turns out to be good. Terrace Marshall Jr. Dude, we're really entering the conversation. If Steve Wilks wins this game this week, guys, if the Panthers win on the road here, we're really entering a conversation of how do you not hire Steve Wilks?
I think we're past that already, in my opinion.
We're not past it.
I think we are.
Come on, Darnold dropping back all day.
Darnold, by the way, 21 of 26 on the day.
Nice.
Having a pretty good day in the old quarterback department.
Look, if Steve Wilks wins one more game, then he's already tied what Matt Rule had the max wins in all 3 seasons with one more game. Like I just feel like this guy's already won the starting job. But we'll talk about that on Tuesday, I'm sure. It's just, I don't know. I'm still on Steve Wilks. He is getting it done. I see the team playing differently with him as a head coach than anybody else that I've seen in a long time, or at least 3 years. So players look like they want to play for him. That's the biggest part. They've got to want to play for the coach. If they're just there for a paycheck, it's not going to work.
Sam Darnold has been wildly efficient in this Madden sim, and you would think that they would be less likely to want to be a Sam Darnold fan, but here he is winning the hearts and minds of everybody and trying to make some magic happen.
It's going to be hard to pick somebody over him at this point. You know, like if you think about this, is that if he continues at this trajectory of Wilks, just pulling this together, it looking good, bringing the, you know, you have to go, like imagine hiring somebody over him. What's the sell going to be? It has to really feel right and exciting for it to make sense. And I really think there's only one name that really is real potential out there.
Who's that?
And I'm gonna get the first name wrong because he's got a brother who coaches the Ravens, Harbaugh. Like I think he's the only real name that has enough clout, offensive, you know, to like where you could say we're hiring him over Steve Wilks. But you can't just go hire some quarterback. I don't think you can hire Ken Dorsey over Wilks.
No.
I just don't think you can do it. I mean, like, even if you love Ken Dorsey, I would say that name don't have enough for me. It almost makes the Wilks lawsuit then.
Oh, it's a
more, you know, and I don't mean that
thing,
like this, but I just think it's like if you hire somebody, imagine if you were in a job and you got promoted from, so your manager quit, you were the assistant manager, the manager got fired or quit, they promoted you. They didn't think you were the guy that could have, they wouldn't have hired you as the first dude in the first place. And then you went and did the job more capable than the guy that got fired and up close to, really to the standard of what anybody you could ask to do. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you expect to be legitimately given the job? Like, what are they going to do? Bring in the young college kid, the kid fresh out of college?
And
he's like, I got a degree.
And that's the argument right there. That's the argument. That's the issue. Is like it's. I don't want to say that hiring Steve Wilks is the easier answer because of fixing that problem. I truly think he's the best guy for the job. I think he's done a great job, but it would also fix that problem. Like it really would. If you hire anybody else other than Steve Wilks,
they have to have a lot.
That's going to be an issue you're going to face. I'm sorry, it's the world we live in. That's going to be the issue you're going to face.
It has to be a splash name.
Even if
you know, like
it
just would have to be a name that wowed you.
No, it doesn't matter who it is.
Only,
no,
like if you said, if the Panthers got, I know this isn't going to happen, but say like the Panthers got Sean Payton, you go, oh, it's Sean Payton, right? Like, I mean, you could say that. You could get, I'm telling you, Harbaugh, Payton. That's probably about it. Because anybody else is going to have just as many question marks around them or unknowns. True. I don't know. There would have to be a name that's just incredibly big.
I just feel like
to make us feel like Wilks shouldn't have gotten it. CK, don't you think as Greg leaves for a second, he just has to, he's just checking it. He's just got to calm himself. Sam Darnold out here just shredding
Yeah, he's
the Seahawks.
definitely.
If this happens tomorrow, guys, Steve Wilkes is the head coach, and Sam Darnold's our quarterback going forward, Greg. If this game simulates like this Madden game on the road, I'm all in on both of these.
I agree with you. Like I said, I'm already in on Steve Wilkes. Like I want that guy to be the next head coach. I just feel like he motivates the team. The team plays differently with him. They want to play for him. You've got to have a motivating coach. Motivation is a huge part of the game, man. You've got to make these guys want to run through a wall for you. Yes. And Steve Wilkes gives that, man. He's a great coach from what I've seen so far.
Isn't it so wild how you see the juxtaposition of him to rule?
Yes. And it shows how like big coaching
isn't it so like you almost can feel the grindiness of Rule.
Chuba dropped another pass.
Surprise. They scored a touchdown.
Who the hell was that? Who's number 7 for them flexing like that? Was that a 4th down?
No, that was third. It's now 3rd now.
Okay.
Yeah,
man, that dude was flexing like he won the Super Bowl. Does he not know they're losing and we're on the doorstep
about
here?
To score again, yeah.
Come on, baby. Now I want to do it for number 7.
The thing is, though, man, based on what Steve Wilkes has done this year.
That's the worst thing you could do, Sammy.
Well, we still got 3.
That wasn't Sam's fault. That was watch this attempt at blocking him by Deontay Foreman. He just dude just hurdles over top of Foreman.
But all I'm saying is, if you don't, based on what Steve Wilkes has done, if he doesn't get the opportunity to be the head coach next year, all you're doing is perpetuating the idea that's out there.
Right.
You know? And I'm not saying it's not true. I'm saying you're perpetuating the idea that's out there that black head coaches don't get the shot, don't get a chance. I feel like what he's done with this team, he's the guy. Like this should be. I don't see anybody else out there that I would want to follow, that I would want to call my head coach right now. I'm not saying there's not better head coaches. I'm not saying there's not a better possibility somebody can do it. I just think that what Steve Wilkes has done, if you don't hire him next, all you're doing is opening a can of worms because he should be the guy. Not because of the race thing or anything else, because he should be the guy.
No,
and
it
if
would
he's
just
not,
take a tremendously
then
exciting name to make your statement their fault.
And I don't know if there's one.
And I don't know if there is a name.
Yeah,
right, I'm with you. I'm with you. Is the one thing what would be really fun is if Wilkes was made the coach and then he gets like equally on the staff.
That would be great.
I think that would do you remember how Thomas Davis and Greg Olson shamed the Panthers into giving them extensions in 2015? Like they were like, and they sat out of practice and then like everybody freaked out and they just gave them all. I think they bullied I don't know. They fired Dave Gettleman and then Hurney did it, I think. Yeah, Hurney came in and did that. If Wilkes hires Luke Kuechly to his staff, and he had they could bully David Tepper. Like the Panthers fan base would enable them to bully the billionaire. Like imagine if David said, how about this? Is they ain't gonna fire Luke Kuechly? Oh my God, that would be awesome.
The thing that would be interesting is they would have to, basically, I think Tepper, if he did that, Tepper would have to look at this as what most business owners sometimes should look at their investments like, and that is, you've got somebody in there who's going to run the business. Stop fucking bothering them. Just let them do their job, and this is going to be passive income for you for years to come.
Sit back and collect money. That's right. Look, I don't know if this is real or not, and this is off topic, but I just watched Steph Curry throw 5 full court shots in a row and make them. That has got to be doctored. There's no way somebody just made 5 full court shots in a row. There's no way.
Greg, last night I won on a flex pick on Prize Picks. But by the way, we don't get paid by Prize Picks to do it on the Madden simulation, so this is just a free plug for them. Use the promo code C3 though, so they keep advertising with us. 100% first time deposit bonus. I went Chris Paul more than 10.5 points. Just right when I got into it, boys. He goes. I'm making CK work. All right, so Greg, I finally broke my losing streak on Prize Picks with an NBA joint.
Nice.
And I don't watch the NBA, but I just look for numbers that I think I like.
Who'd you pick?
I went on a flex pick last night. So I put 20 in. I won 25. Good.
Still
Over
winning,
double
yeah.
my money.
Yeah.
I went Chris Paul 10.5, more than 10.5 points. D'Angelo Russell against Utah, Minnesota guard, 17.5 points more than. And I almost got the 3 for 3 with Giannis Antetokounmpo, the MVP of the league, right? Like the dude, the Greek freak.
Greek freak, yeah. I say AD's coming up on him though, but yeah.
30.5 points. He got 28. So I got 2 out of 3 though. Boy, the 3 out of 3 would have been nice.
Yeah.
3 would have been just
Still a winner.
one bucket, man.
That was
one
a safe
bucket,
bet.
one foul.
That was a safe bet with Giannis. I would have gone there.
NBA is fun on Prize Picks.
Oh, dude, the NBA. Look, I have such a hard time winning money on FanDuel before I got the Prize Picks. Like FanDuel, I would play all the time, but I could hardly ever win in NFL. In the NBA, though, I win a ton of money in the NBA. It's so much easier to. I don't want to say place
why that
bets.
is.
But
Is
I
it
have no-
harder? Maybe it's not
because there's so
easier
many- there's
for
so many
us.
more games.
Maybe it's harder for the book.
Maybe there's so many more
You know,
games.
like
Every
they
game's
have to-
different.
And
Yeah.
they have so many point margins they have to make, and they have to make them interesting enough where people bet on them. You know, so they might be shooting a little bit more blind than the over/under for an NFL game. You know, like a random forward for whatever. Like that's hard to say. He's gonna have 9 points.
Well, it's more occasional in the NBA that a guy who you consider a nobody has a fantastic game than in the NFL. Like in the NFL, you have one game a week, and if you don't play well in that one game a week, you're done. But in the NBA, man, you
Look
can
at
have a
this
guy
shit.
that's a 6-man and blow it up.
Bullshit. Right there. Who caught that?
DK Metcalf.
Is that little baby
DK
left?
Metcalf.
That was Metcalf?
Yeah.
A little. Look at Geno dropping back into traffic.
It's yak,
There's
man.
a
It's
pick
all yak.
play.
Yeah, it's
Throw
all
a
yak.
flag. Throw a flag. That's a pick. That's a rub route. So 27-13. Third. I can't read the quarter. Where
Fourth
we at,
quarter,
CK?
3 minutes left to go in the game.
Oh, so this game's in the bucket.
That for the
no.
most part. They still got all their timeouts. And what a
Oof.
catch over top of Xavier Woods there.
All right, so if they score here, though, it actually makes it a real game.
It makes it a real game, but it makes it one that puts a little more pressure on our running game to get some first downs.
Yeah, I mean, they can't just go 3 and out, that's for sure. Come on, sack. Nope, all day is a touchdown.
Out of the backfield, out of the back end, back to the end zone.
God, all that time right there, you know there's going to be a touchdown coming, bro.
But now down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the game. Panthers up by 14 points. Seahawks hoping to be able to draw this into a one possession game with this play here, and he almost connects with his tight end. Unable to come up with it though.
What another big stop for the Panthers here.
Yeah,
If
big.
they are able to, as Greg, he's taking a call right now, but if the Panthers defense holds them here, that's 2 goal line stands they've made to hold to a field goal, which is a giant win for this Panthers team on the road. Come on, let's see. I mean, they're not gonna win.
Intercepted.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
And that's CJ Henderson.
Big game for CJ. Greg dropped off, by the way.
Oh, he's showing him his camera's off though.
Okay. Oh, then he did it. My bad.
Yeah.
He was on the call anyway. Cook Lord. If this Madden crystal ball is right, CK, or even close. If the Panthers just get a win on the road, we haven't had a win on the road all season, CK.
I know.
He did drop. Nope. We did better. How can you?
Oh,
And Wilkes
that's gonna be a
said
holding, I
this.
think.
Wilkes put this in a good perspective. He said he believes we're a playoff team, but you got to go win on the road, and you got the opportunity to play a playoff team right now and do it. Like if we really are in the hunt, this is a game we got to win. This is a game we win. You know, a team that is better than their record wins a game like this on the road to make some sort of last push. But if this game, the Panthers lose this game, season over.
Oh, Deontay Foreman. Oh, he gets all the way down. What a rush on that one. He makes up 16 yards on that 19-yard to go for the first down. Brings up 2nd and 3, and they're going to go with it, take this into the 2-minute warning.
CK, do you know the Madden simulation record so far?
I don't. I'd have to go back and look. I'm
gonna look it up.
I don't know that it's. I feel like it's probably got a winning record with regard to the prediction, but it's not by much.
You know what games we won in the simulation?
I know it had us beating Tampa. It had us beating, or it had us losing to Cincy. I know we got that one right. I can't remember the rest.
Come on, first down.
There
Yep,
it is.
this is about to salt this game away. What's that make? This is time on this.
Minute 53 seconds, I think. Let me check. Yeah,
game
minute
over.
51. They have
And
one more
we're-
timeout left.
Okay. But we're up 2 possessions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, game over. This is
Yeah,
game over
okay.
right here.
I don't know. I said that Monday and Thursday, and I was wrong. So
What was week 1? Would have been we did the Browns, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Did we start in
Foreman.
week 1?
Oh, that's game right there. Yep. That is game.
Yeah, we did the start of week 1, I'm pretty sure.
All right, so I think it had us winning. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and look that up. I can't do it right now fast enough. If my memory serves us,
Victory formation.
Take it. I wish that, like, honestly,
it
after
had us losing to the Browns. It looks like.
I wish
By
that
the way, smash the thumbs up button, folks.
Yeah, definitely.
And,
I wish after the game was like decided, where all a team has to do is take a knee. I wish they would just call it. Like, I don't want to sit there and watch the team take a knee 3 times.
you don't like the victory formation?
Not really. Maybe once, you know. But after it's already decided and there's nothing to do, if it's running down to 3 or 4 seconds left and they have to take another knee, just call it.
But I think that they had
Oh, we beat the shit out of the Giants in this game, bro. Is this 2 months ago? Yeah. So they got the Giants game wrong. You don't like the victory formation where they go out there and they get the like.
Maybe for one play, but like I said, if you have a minute and 26 seconds left and they have no timeouts, I don't want to sit there and have to watch them take 3 kneel downs. Let's just let them take 1 and call it a game. Like you're not going to get a turnover on the kneel down.
they have though.
Have they?
Yeah,
Has it ever
the
happened?
botched
Nobody's
fumble.
got.
Yeah, there was a botched fumble.
I'll have to look that up.
It's kind of like
I've never seen it, but
I
yeah.
think you're kind of like making a point with baseball, Greg. If you're gonna intentionally walk them instead of us actually going through the motions of the intentional walk, just say we're intentionally walking and
Right.
send them on.
I agree.
Base.
Yeah.
Instead of this weird shenanigans thing,
The
where
guy
it
stands up there
takes
with
6
hand out.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes the game longer. So I can see that.
Yeah.
Like they should almost just say we kneel, and they don't actually do it, and they just start the clock again.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like conceding the game. I mean, you've lost. There's no chance you're going to win.
Get out of here. There's no chance you're going to stick around here. Dude, Panthers 27-13 in this game.
Yep.
They had us beating the Giants and the Saints, which was not true. So they had us starting out 2-1 in this simulation. Then we went to who? We haven't played the Cardinals this year, have we?
Yeah, we did.
Damn. Can't remember that game. Did we win it?
No, we lost to the Cardinals.
So we started out 1-4,
Yes.
1-3.
I guess Greg has said, all right, I'm done. I'm not even going to try anymore.
He's coming back. Don't worry. 14-10, it looks like maybe in this simulation. Anyway. All right. Let's talk about, let's round this out. So
Sammy D with a 75.5% completion percentage.
what was his final yardage?
236. Nothing, to write home about, but he definitely
come back.
had a way more efficient time with this. There he is. Let me get him in here. There we go.
I was sitting there looking up stats, and I was talking to myself, or talking to y'all, and not realizing I was out of the stream, and I was like, man, everybody's being really quiet.
I don't even think Greg's even trying to come back. So Sam Darnold, 236 passing yards. If he does that tomorrow, guys, we are super excited.
Yeah. You know what's funny is this year it seems like 250 passing yards is amazing for a quarterback.
Doesn't it?
I feel like I grew up in like players were throwing for 500 yards like every other week.
Well, not 500, but here, was there a time in the last 20 years when you drafted a fantasy quarterback and you want him to have over 200 yards passing?
Right. And the only guy like that is Patrick Mahomes.
Not
really.
the only, but
I think he is.
It feels like 250 is a mountain this year for quarterbacks to get over.
It really does.
And maybe it's because it's really football is just, I don't know what it is. Quarterback play has not been great.
And they've made the game so easy for quarterbacks. It's nuts. I don't know. I just feel like when I see 200 yards,
a couple years ago, it would have been the opposite. Mm-hmm. Just 2 years ago, there's probably 4 guys throwing 5,000 yards passing. Maybe not that much.
I guess I just remember Rich Gannon throwing for like 500 yards 3 games in a row when I was younger, and like watching that, and then seeing players like consistently throw for over 300 yards.
I think it's been a down year.
Yeah,
I think it's been a down year. Maybe it's the teams we're following, Greg. Some of it has to do with that.
Yeah,
but I really feel like a lot of times on Prize Picks, the number's like 180.
Yeah, it's very low.
You're like,
what?
Why
it's hard to bet because it's like, well, damn, they can get 180. That's not even good numbers.
Yeah, it's 220. So. All right, CK, what do you want to talk about as we finish this sucker up? Tomorrow we'll be here for the post-game show.
Yep. 4:30
game. The C3 Panthers Podcast, longest running Panthers podcast. And these Madden simulations were fun. CK, we kind of, since we couldn't hear the game noise, I think Greg and I took you on a ride outside of the simulation tonight.
Oh, it's all good, man. I was exhausted tonight anyway, so it was fine. I was happy with it. And we were able to hang out for a bit. So,
all right, you're gonna be here for the post game tomorrow?
Of course.
All right, Greg, post game tomorrow?
For sure, man. And sorry, nice. CK, once again, I do feel like we kind of took over with like a debate show rather than it being the Madden.
I think it was perfect for tonight. You could tell CK was tired and we couldn't hear the game noise. And we're still figuring out these Madden simulations.
Yeah. Well, that trying to figure it out. Conversation, So
I want to do some more of it, CK. I want to do some this is like, because this is actually, like Greg said, this was just actually me hanging out on Saturday night without having to go to the bar.
Right.
And I just hung out with my friends.
Bar. Right.
Pretty awesome.
Little mini bar.
All right. Tomorrow, Greg, was fun hanging out with you. I was watching your show last night. You guys make sure to check out Geeks Chasing Squirrels Through the Multiverse YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. It is the pop culture joint that you want to. What an ambitious talk. I'll tell you this. One big criticism about last night's show.
Mm-hmm.
What an ambitious topic of Game of Thrones.
The whole season? Yeah.
I was like, hey,
the whole series,
let's talk about this show. Get out of here, Greg. It was so ambitious. He got to get the fuck out of here. No, CK, I'm getting us out of here. My name's Tony Dunn. You can follow me at cat_chronicles. We'll be here tomorrow. Like I said, post-game show. You can check out Greg's show Friday nights.
Yes.
Geeks Chasing Squirrels Through the Multiverse, where they check out the latest it's like pop culture. Is this show, but on TV pop culture, superheroes, all of that.
Yeah, I think we're covering Doom Patrol, Willow, and next week the finale, the last season of Game of Thrones. We're narrowing it down to the last season.
Nice.
To finish up Game of Thrones talk. Yep.
The worst season. All right, CK. That's it. We'll see him tomorrow. Hold on. I gotta hit the end stream, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
C3, support us, sub up. We out. I think it's over.
There we go.